Hello, good day. Let's start this new lesson for Unreal Engine 5.7.2.
Okay, so in this video, I will show you how to map the sword hits. So the first thing I'm doing is looking for some animations. So I'll just download some without skin. So this is showing you how to get the animations from Mixamo. So I already have a character uploaded. It was in T-pose. So I'm just pulling some animations. So that's one. Downloaded without skin. That's one. This is two. So I press mirror. So I want to choose the mirror to the previous slash. Now choose this. So that's like make sure I'm choosing without skin. So that's just three animations I'm downloading. So now to put them in Unreal, just drag them across. Go to animations, skeleton. Make sure you choose the ranger port. So these are the animations here. Animation 1, animation 2, animation 3. So what I'll do, I'll create some montages. I have all these things highlighted. Right click, create anim montage. Yeah. So I have 3 attack montages. So the next thing to do, I need to create an anim notified state. So what I'll do, right click to blueprint class, click all classes, type in. So as I start to type in notify state, this one appears, anim notify state. Select. I'll call this ANS V2 player. I'm just giving it a name. I already created one here, so I'm creating another one here. Double click to open. I need to go here to functions, click receive notify tick, right click, get owner, and then I need to cast the blueprint. I want to cast this blueprint here. So right click, cast to BP in layer. So I'm going to cast that blueprint. I'll connect here the object, press Alt and left click. So break this, go run this from here to here. So now I need to go back to the blueprint for the main character and I need to create a function. So I'll create a function, is detecting hits. So this is my function that I'm using to detect the hits. I need to compile and save. Then I need to go back to the anim notify. So now that we are back in the anim notify, we go here. So we go to the area with cast the blueprint and type in, we're looking for the variable I've just created. That's the variable here. Is detecting hits. And now we have to connect this. And that should be it for this area or this segment. So the next thing we need to do is go to the animation montages and then put this animation notify state in the animation montages. So what we'll do, back in the animations. So the first thing I'll do, I'll just create a right click and notify. I'll call this practice notify. So what this will do, the attack will play, and once it reaches this point here, then the it will allow the animation, it will allow the player to switch from one animation to another. In other words, if you keep pressing the attack button, you can now go from this attack position or this attack animation to another attack animation. So what I'll do, I'll copy and I'll look for another attack montage. So the next attack montage will be this one here. So if you realize here, the green icons are the animations and the purple animations are attack montages. So double click this one. Paste. So as the practice notifier here. Well, I could put a last one behind the third montage, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'll do now, I'll go back to this one and I'll add the anim notify state. So I'll right click, add notify state, and I'll add this one, ANS version 2 player. That's the anim notifier we just created. And this will give us a range by which we can swing the weapon. And if we apply the spear trace by channel or spear trace by object, it will show us like the line trace or the spear trace in which we swing the object. And it can be used for like hit detection. So that's range here. So I need to do the same thing for another attack montage. So I'll go to attack montage 2. Right click, add notify state. Select it. This is the range. Go to attack 3. Right click, add notify state. This is the add notify state. This is the this is the one we want to add. And you will drag, you'll create a range. So what I'll do, I'll pause. That'll be the range where there'll be some kind of hit detection. And this is important because when we add notify state, it gives us a range in which we can swing the object. Well, in this case, it will be a sword, but it doesn't have to be a sword. It could be an axe, or it can even be a situation where you're attacking with a character's hand or foot. And it will give you a range in which the object can swing. And within that range, there should be some kind of area where there could be some kind of hit detection. So now that we have put this in for 3, just going to press save. Then we need to go back to here, type in spear trace for objects. So spear trace for objects. So that's it here. So we know that we need to get a mesh. The mesh we want to use is the sword. Remember, this is the blueprint we're using. I go to the viewport. This is the sword. So this is the character and this is the sword we're using. So let's go back to the event graph. So we go back to the sword here. We drag this. That's the sword. We want to get the socket location. That's this here. We'll duplicate this. So press Control and D. We'll duplicate this. The socket name was sword start. Sword underscore start. And sword underscore end. So you plug these two values into start and end. You put the radius at, let's say, about 10. Make sure the same mesh goes into these 2 points. For the debug duration, for the object types, we need to go here, type make array, select pawn, compile. Make sure we save this. Go back to the event graph. And what I'll do, I had 3 previous attack montages. I'll change the attack montages, the attack montages that I just created. So there should be an attack montage 1, attack montage 2, attack montage 3. Compile. So it's working. So it's working, but I will make this a little more complex. So what I'll do, so this is back to the player blueprint. What I'll do, I'll add some pins. So I'll make this a 5-hit combo. So this will be attack 1, attack 2, attack 4 will be, let's say, the spin slash. Attack 3 will be this. So attack 1, attack 2, sword and shield, slash version 3, spin slash, great sword attack. Compile. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 montages, so I'm supposed to be able to do a 5-hit combo. Let's press play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's how to create the sphere trace by channel to trace the area where it can do hit damage in Unreal Engine 5. Before I close, I just want to say that make sure that you go in the animation montages, make sure you create the anim notify state, and make sure at the end you put here, you create here, add notify, and you create a proper notify like there. So I'll end the video right here.
That is it for this lecture. Do you want to learn more? Like and subscribe. You can also contact us, Impulse Response Enterprises Limited.